Ready? All right, so we are headed down the beach. It's about a 1.5 mile or so hike, dropping a fair bit of elevation down to the beach here. Liz and I are going to stay down here for the night. We're going to try to get in on some spearfishing and see if we can't catch us some food. So is there anything down here that we can gather aside from the sea purslane that we can kind of supplement our food with? Hopefully we'll get some fish.
Yeah, there's some spices, and there's a couple, 3 or 4 different wild greens that are likely to be around.
Okay.
Might have to be like a little bit off the beach, man. Definitely from this morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, have to be a little bit off the beach, but yeah, there's a few things that we'll hopefully go by and collect on the way down.
Okay, cool.
Better catch us some fish. If not, we are stuck with eating the sweet potatoes.
Yeah, we didn't really bring any food. We brought a sweet potato and a breadfruit, so we won't starve to death.
You want some serious calories, though. You brought the winer's portion.
That's right. That's right.
For a jillion of those snails. They're super easy to collect.
And you just do them on the coals or something?
Yeah, I just flip them upside down and roast them in the shell on the coals, and then they don't take very long at all because they're pretty small. Yeah. And then as long as the door is open, because they have a door, as long as you can open the door, they're cooked.
We'll definitely try to get in on some of that. So what we're talking about here is a survival class that Matt does. So tell us about it. Like, you guys come down here with a group of students.
Yeah.
And basically
we bring like just a little bit of food, like a little bit of sweet potato and a little bit of coconut, just so that people have, it's just enough to feed that whiner inside. And then otherwise it's all the stuff that we're gathering. We spend like 2 or 3 days at the camp at our place, like making spears and fish traps and other stuff that they're going to use to forage with. And then yeah, otherwise it's just all the stuff that they forage.
That sounds
awesome. We
awesome.
usually forage a bunch, and then we trap mongoose a whole lot, like
deadfall.
Yeah, deadfalls. We've done deadfalls, and we've done snares for them as well. And then some people make bamboo bows and shoot at them with the bamboo bows. Mm-hmm. Mostly we're successful with the traps rather than the bows.
Have you ever had anybody get one with a bow?
I've gotten one with a bow. I've had no students get any with a bow. We've had students spearfish with their spears that they made. We make a bamboo spear gun, where it uses leverage and leverages the spear out, and we've had people shoot them with that. We've had them spear by hand. We've had people catch fish by hand, just dive down and wrestle them out of the rocks.
So if somebody's interested in coming down here and doing that, what do they need to do?
Yeah, I mean, just get in touch with us at Caribbean Earth Skills. Check out our schedule. We do private classes as well, so just email us. And it's not really like a starving kind of survival trip. Usually I'd like to joke about like, come and starve with us, but it's not. It's the most well-fed survival trip you'll go on, honestly. Like, the only thing that keeps people from eating more is just because they're not used to eating snails. I think its name is silver croton, but it's like a wild sage, so you use it for spicing. It's also really good medicinally. It's not just that it's antibacterial, it's that it's antibacterial and you don't have to use any plant parts, because when you break it, it gets this little bead of the antibacterial fluid, so you can use it on a cut and then not have to clean out the plant material, because when you crush up a plant for like an antibacterial, then you have the plant material that you have to clean out every single time. So you just break that off and use that straight up on a cut, and then it's like using an ointment instead of using the plant. You don't have anything to clean out of the cut. And it's got like a nice, I don't know if I'd call it sagey, but it's kind of sagey.
Yeah, a little bit.
But yeah, it's a really good spice for your fish.
You just
Oh yeah, that's got a really nice smell to it.
Yeah, so this is like this is the only poison ivy-like plant that we have that'll give you a rash. I don't know if it's actually urushiol, like the same oil that's in poison ivy, but it does the same thing, and it's got these little spikes and an anticoagulant in it. So if you like get scraped with it pretty good, like you'll just keep dripping a little bit, and yeah, you'll get the rash and a scrape that won't go away very easily. And it's real common in dry slopes and some seaside areas. There's not a ton of it around, but it's definitely around here for sure. I mean, luckily it's like you wouldn't walk through it if you saw it.
We're gonna call that bad news bush.
Bad news bush.
It's definitely not what we were in the other day.
We have a stinging
I am
nettle,
like
and it's a vine.
violently reactive to poison ivy. I do not want to get in that.
Sticky nettle vine.
Yeah. Yeah, see all the browse in this grass here? That's all the goats.
Mm-hmm. So right down here in this cove is where we're going to be camping tonight, and we're going to be spearfishing around those rocks right there. There's a bunch of little coral ravines and caves and things like that. The fish like to stack up in there. So we're going to give it a try, see if we can't get some dinner tonight.
This is beach bean right here, but the goats have been eating it up like a champ. And it's got these bean pods. This one's kind of empty of beans, unfortunately, but you break open the pod, and then inside the pod is the beans. And these ones are like little scrubbly ones, but they've got this coating on them. So this one won't show it very well, but like, that's the bean in this case, but usually they're about that big. And you can see it's got this white, of course I dropped it, it's got this white coating on the outside of it, and you just break off the white coating and then eat the bean on the inside. And again, these ones are just like runts. I don't know what's up with this one, but it's also got a purple flower. Flower's really tasty. I really like flowers as much as anything else. That's a nice little trail side nibble right there. You want to try one?
Yeah, that's got the bean. Like, I can taste the green bean in that.
Totally.
It's good. Tastes like a green bean.
Totally.
I like it.
And typically you'll find it all around on the beaches, but you can see the goats are just, man, the goats have done so much damage to this whole area. Like this whole beach, like everywhere along the beach, it was super pristine and tons of different plants. And after the goats moved in here, they just eat every single thing except for 2 different vines. And in some beaches, like where we used to do our survival trip, you can't even get into the woods from that beach anymore. You used to be able to like move up into the woods. There was wild lettuce, there was beach bean, there was a whole bunch of different stuff, and now there's just, it's all gone. The goats have been slowly moving in as their numbers get more and more. They're just really tearing the beaches up a lot. So yeah, that one's probably good. And then you don't want to crush it too much. There you go.
Oh, it's black.
That one is? Yeah, this one's still. You guys want to try?
Yeah, try it.
Really good roasted. What do you think?
It's good. It tastes like when you soak almonds in water overnight.
Yeah, totally.
Good.
Like a sprouted almond?
Yeah,
Like a sprouted almond? It's like a question of finding them.
So
And
these
some of these funky ones.
these are almond trees.
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
here,
exactly.
and here.
These taller trees, yeah, with the they got this.
So I think that the beach is right down here, about 50 yards or so. I think this is where we're gonna set up camp for the night. But there's almonds, wild almonds, all over the ground here. Cool little snack.
Totally.
I don't think we're gonna go hungry.
No, definitely not.
You got your camera?
It's my pocket.
Did you bring that other camera?
I'm just gonna take this one.
Okay.
I didn't bring the housing.
So yeah, you can kind of see the side current. So you're gonna swim out past the last bit where you can see the bubbles. Once you get past the bubbles, it's not really gonna be too much current. And then we're mostly gonna be on this side. And you can get pretty close to the rocks once we're past where this wave is breaking. The wave action is gonna be up and down.
Okay.
And then again, when you're coming in, just stay to this side for sure.
Okay.
And that way, if it does sweep this way, it's only going to sweep because there's a set of waves that just come in, and then you're just aiming right for in here. And then if you get pushed over, just swim back out to the middle and come back in. I don't expect it to be too bad. It's not that big today. All right.
This looks like a nice little place to get wet. because I'm not swimming in these waves. Well, what'd you get?
Well,
Oh, that looks like cameras in there. Is that what that is?
yeah.
Okay.
Got a couple of black sturgeon and a French grunt and I always forget their name.
Awesome. Nice.
You see that wave pick me up and throw me over the top of you?
Okay, you went over me?
Over the top, yeah.
I was like, oh, I wonder if you got hit by that. I stuck my head up and you were in front of me, but I didn't know that's how that happened.
Yeah. Got some gnarly teeth on
Yeah,
it.
he does. Decent size too.
Dinner.
Damn right.
So it looks like we got a little bit of weather moving in. It's kind of starting to rain on us a little bit. We're just gonna go ahead and move our stuff over into the trees here. Or we're gonna set camp and go ahead and string up our tarp in case it does start raining with any significance. Oh, this looks like a great spot right here. Nice and open. Beautiful. Blow it up too much, it'll be too hard. That's plenty. All right, we got camp set up. We got 4 fish, 2 trigger fish, a grunt, and then an unidentified something or another that someone out there I'm sure knows what it is, but I don't. But I think they're all gonna eat good. We've got snails on the rocks that we're going to try to collect this evening. There's also lobsters that come up into the tide pools, and so they're more active at night, and so I think we'll go out with the headlamp and just kind of do some shining and see if we can't maybe scoop up a lobster. Liz even brought us a bottle of wine.
I did. Carried it all the way down here.
It's a nice, really nice spot. It's we're in this like secluded cove. Matt says that other people come down here on occasion, but there was nobody's tracks on the beach, so I think we got it pretty much to ourselves. So Matt was saying that back up this draw here, there were some papaya trees, and the papayas aren't going to be ripe right now, but apparently you can roast a green or an unripe papaya like a squash. So these big hermit crabs are all over the place in here, and these are supposed to be like the best live bait. I don't know if I don't have the right kind of tackle. I was negligent in my tackle selection coming down here. I didn't bring any weights. I basically just brought stuff for like a soft jerk bait. Dang near make a meal out of that thing. So whitetails were introduced to the Virgin Islands back in 16 or 1700s, I can't remember. But there's deer tracks all along this draw here. There's some bones right over here. So here's a rub on this tree. Seems to be quite a few deer in this little draw. So we found a papaya tree. Liz actually found it. I was looking at a stick to use as a spear. But anyway, there, right there are the fruits. Oh shit! Oh! Well, I guess that's one way to get them down.
Oh, you just tore the tree up.
The papayas are an early successional species, meaning that they move in when there's a disturbance, and they are very short-lived. So a papaya tree will only live for, I think, 3 to 5 years.
And you killed this one.
So yeah, this one just, I tried to shake the fruits out and it just like totally fell over. There must have been a little rotten spot in it. But anyway, we're gonna take some of these back to camp, peel the skin off, because there's like a latex that's in the skin of these things, and then we'll roast these around the campfire tonight. I thought she'd spotted an iguana for a minute. I was getting all excited. That's a good find though. Not as good as an iguana, but you know. Maybe it won't put the fire out. A good little shower. Hopefully we don't get much more of it.
Burning in half.
Mm-mm. Everything's coming along nicely. I'm gonna get these sweet potatoes, the papayas, a little more done, and I'm gonna go ahead and just, I think I'm just gonna take these fish and just lay them right on the coals instead of trying to make a rack or something like that. Pretty simple. I'm not even scaling. I've just gutted them. I'm gonna throw them right on the coals, and when they're done, that skin will peel right off. Easy peasy. So Liz is down on the beach, gonna get us some sea purslane. It's got a nice crunch to it, and it's real salty, got a real nice flavor to it.
Thought I was silly for packing that bottle of wine down here. Now you can be glad we have it.
Woo! Pretty good.
I thought that's the name.
Oh. I gotta go cook.
You can leave me this whole bottle of wine? Okay, I'll grab the. Ah! What was that?
Papaya.
Oh.
5-minute rule.
Yeah, it's good.
Blow it off. So it looks like just a bunch of charred stuff, but on the inside it's actually good.
That.
Not bad.
Huh?
Not great, but
It doesn't look very good inside. Looks like. I don't know what that looks like.
I mean, it's got a slight sweetness to it. Got a big mouthful of seeds first, but the flesh is actually pretty good. Pick the meat, put it in the taco. is fantastic.
Boom, got me. Very good.
Sweet potato.
Careful.
Well, let's hike down to the tide pools and see if we can find some snails.
What are those?
These are the whelks, but these are just tiny, little bitty ones. I'm gonna find some big ones. I just soaked my shoes. Man, that sucks. Had a big wave come over and just soak my shoes. Well, guess I'm going wading. No. There's lots of parrotfish in here that are just kind of hanging out. They're not real big, but
there's a sea urchin right there. See it?
yeah. That's a good one.
These things gonna come out and slime my hand all up?
I don't think so. Well, we got a couple. You can hear us. So we didn't find any lobster, but we did come back with a couple of big whelks. We could have filled a 5-gallon bucket with these things if we wanted to, but we just wanted to try them. Just got 2. Never had these before, so we're gonna throw them in the fire and cook them up and give them a try. It is hot.
This other one looks like it's cooked more than that one.
I think it's done. We got it out for the most part.
Doesn't look very tasty. Is that the only part you eat on it?
That's pretty good. I don't know what I would compare it to. It's very firm, but good. The taste is good. You can make a living off those things.
I think yours is cooked all the way.
Oh yeah.
It looks gross. It's hot.
Yep.
Ah! Really fast.
Mama.
Son don't know if I like it or not. Eat it. I think you overcooked mine. I can't eat it.
You gotta bite it with your front teeth and cut it
Well,
off.
I did. Oh, that piece is better.
Yeah. How's that?
Good. It's not as good as the conch and the squid. So it's really tough. It reminds me of when I was little, my dad used to eat pig's feet, pickled pig's feet. That's the texture of it, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of like a
It's a good
pig's
description.
foot. Yeah. It doesn't taste like that though. It's good. Kind of like a pig's feet in the sea or something. But I'd rather have conch.
Well, these are easier to catch. Good.
I'm trying to swallow it. You
We,
tell me that's not chewy.
It is very chewy. But very chewy. But good. I like them. I could make a meal out of those things. Gotta get your, it's a good workout for your jaws.
Huh.
Broth. Oh, that is incredibly salty. I'm not gonna drink the broth. Probably 6:30 in the morning. Had a couple little rain showers last night. Had to dig a little bit of a trench around the sleeping area so it didn't run down on us, but stayed dry. Just getting some coffee going. All right, well, that's gonna wrap it up for this overnighter. We're gonna go ahead and just pack everything up, head back up the hill, back to camp, and hopefully make some plans to come back down here and get after some of these goats. There's goat trails, there's goat sign everywhere. There's goat tracks on the beach. The goats are pretty much destroying the understory down here, so we're gonna come back down here and hopefully get on one of those guys with the bow. So if you're not subscribed, you know what to do. I'll see you guys next time.